Hey guys, it's Maureen here and welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm experimenting with something different. I was browsing through some of my books the other day and I came across one about my heritage and its designs and motifs that are found all over our traditional clothing, ceramic and furniture. It has been a while since I went back home and couldn't travel due to this ongoing pandemic, so I thought illustrating something in this style would be interesting and reminds me of home. I do have a few ceramic around the house in this design, and I took a teacup from my kitchen and used it as my reference. The original cup is in yellow and I wanted to paint it in my favorite blue. I love blue a lot, in case I have not mentioned it enough. So I changed the base color of the cup to a bluish green tone and tweaked the motif to suit my preference. I wasn't sure how it would turn out, as painting still life is not something that I had bothered nor had any interest in doing before. I guess there is always a chance to try to do something different. The entire process took me about under 3 hours, including drying time and sketch. I used a combination of watercolor and colored pencils in this illustration and basically didn't stress too much about how it would turn out. As of late, in my pieces, the more I paint, the more I sketch, it is not so much about following the reference to the T. I mean, I do still use them, but not rely so heavily on them as I previously did, but rather I use a lot of my intuition and just feel through the entire process. I really like it when I'm in that state. That is the only time where I feel that my mind is not in its regular overthinking mode. I think a lot, as in a lot, even when I do not appear to look that way. I'm surprised that my hair is not fully white yet from all that overthinking. While editing this video, I realized that a part of the recording came out blurry, and if I were to edit that part out, it would cripple the entire process, so I've decided to just leave it. I was using my camera to film this, and I realized that the autofocus is not as good as my phone's, or perhaps I'm just a klutz when it comes to operating gadget. But not entirely a klutz. I've had this camera since 2015 and never fully used it until I started making videos of my art process. So, a note to self for future reference is to continually check on the footage to ensure no recording surprises such as this one in this video. The end result was very much to my satisfaction, although I did not really fancy the rough lines that the colored pencils created. It is primarily because of the texture of the paper itself too. I used the Strathmore Art Journal 400 series. This journal presents the watercolor paper in both rough and smooth finish. I was illustrating on the rough finish for this piece. I like this journal and its size. I also have a bigger one and I can collate all of my illustrations in one place rather than having them in loose sheets. The thing that do not appeal to me, especially when I'm painting in layers, is that the color beneath tends to lift easily when I apply a new layer on top. I do not experience this when I'm using Arch watercolor paper, which is much more expensive, so I usually reserve Arch when I'm very confident of the piece that I'm doing. I do have a few more ideas similar to this illustration subject that I would like to explore and experiment, and I think it would really make a nice piece as a wall art decor as well. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I look forward to sharing another one of my creative experiments with you soon. As usual, I will list the art supplies used in the description box below. Until then, take care and bye for now.